For Nuke 13.1, we've completely updated the 3D handles, making them more user-friendly, extending the functionality, and bringing Nuke's 3D system more in line with other 3D packages. These updates make it easier to transform geometry in the viewer, helping you out with your day-to-day tasks. The handles will highlight when hovering over, clicking, and dragging. In Translate and Scale modes, there are brand new planar controls, allowing you to both move and resize geometry constrained to 2 axes. We've also revamped the tools for switching between different transform modes. By default, you'll be able to switch between transform modes using the QWER hotkeys, in line with other 3D software packages. In the Preferences panel, you can now set up Nuke's hotkeys to match your preferred 3D tool, making it easier to move between Nuke and other software. Nuke Classic reverts to Nuke's old hotkey modifiers for the 3D transform handles. Also here in the Preferences, there's a new slider to adjust the 3D transform handle size, which can also be controlled from the viewer using new hotkeys, so that you can now always find the transform handle however complex your 3D scene is. There's a new 3D toolbar, which appears on the right-hand side of the viewer to switch between Select, Translate, Scale, and Rotate. Previously, it was difficult to adjust the 3D pivot point because the geometry would move around. We've made this functionality more user-friendly, so the geometry now stays in place whilst the pivot point is moved, as well as adding a new hotkey modifier for pivot point control for consistency with the 2D pivot point control. This is Control for Linux and Windows, and Command for Mac. Nuke 13.1 introduces a new drop-down menu, which gives you the ability to choose the transform space in which you move your geometry. Object space, screen space, and world space. These controls make it much easier to do precise positioning, rotation, and scaling of your geometry, and the new screen space controls allow you to make adjustments to your object relative to the scene camera or viewer. These upgrades to the 3D transform handles should make working in Nuke's 3D system much faster and easier. Move seamlessly between Nuke and your 3D tool of choice, and quickly place your 3D objects exactly where you want them to be.